Hello. We'll do a really quick video. Because I'm watching content, so I'm like, I might as well make content, right? Because I've been a YouTube connoisseur for like a really long time. Like, I go in and out of my YouTube phases, but there's some times where I spend hours on YouTube. Literally just hours. Watching videos of creators, and they're just videos literally like this, and it'd be a day in the life. Maybe I could do a day in the life. Like, it might be my next video, but I'm usually at work for most of the day, and I don't really want people there in my business when it comes to that. Like, when it comes to me making YouTube videos. If you see this, I don't really care. But, like, I don't want, that space to get crossed over, I feel like there's some people that need to stay stay in their space. Picture's uneven. I need to start creating art again. That's one thing I would say. Because how much, like, the type of YouTubers I watch, bruh, they're literally just, like, creativity. This is one of my favorite people right now. Her, and then, like, the first person who really got me into watching YouTube, her eating the mango is hella funny. The first person who I really, like, actually started watching YouTube hella, like, on a regular basis is this girl named Michaela. And she's like a Capricorn, Pretty Boy XO. That was her original name, but now her name on Instagram is Wife of Lil Pump. And she just basically, like, the way I seen that girl elevate her life and change was crazy. Like, and I don't think it was off of YouTube. I'm pretty sure it wasn't off of YouTube, like, but YouTube helped her a lot too, because she did videos and they obviously made money from them and social media and stuff like that. But, like, she, like, I think she's a stripper, but she used to strip a lot more, I think. I don't know. I don't really be watching her videos that much anymore, but I know she used to, like, do stripping a lot more. And she loves stripping, so I'm not talking down on it, but, like, she really loves, like, that's what she wants to do. That's her art. That's how she expresses herself. How she moves her body as a woman. Mind you, this girl that I'm watching too does pole dancing too. Like, not as a job, but she just does it, like, as a form of expression, because it is. But anyway, Michaela's the first person who I ever started watching on YouTube, and I literally watched this fucking girl move from a small city to a big city. And when she moved to Atlanta, that's when I kind of got out of touch, because I had went to the military and, like, just got out of, like, YouTube, and I don't know, I was more into books when I had went to the military. But now I'm on my, like, technology shit, and I don't like to just doom scroll my phone. Like, that messes with my mind, and it makes me feel like a robot, and it makes me feel like I'm not doing what I should be doing. So I try to, like, consume different type of content. There's also another lady who I watch. It is like a high priestess, a Set Monroe or something like that. I don't remember her name, but, like, she's actually hella cool too. She talks to you about spiritual healing and spiritual battles, and, like, she's very smart, and she's a high priestess, so she'll tell you about the problems that are going on in the world. And, like, it's crazy, because it's like, you know how when you go to church, you feel like the pastor's always talking to you, even though everybody probably feels the same way. That's how it feels when I watch her videos. Like, it feels like she's directly connected to me. It's hella crazy. Like, she might be part of my ancestors or something. I have no idea, but I really like her videos. Where did I go here? But yeah, I just came here to yap. I'm gonna start trying to post more and more videos. I have one video I'm editing right now about AI, and then I had posted that other video. I guess this is like a formal way to say this out loud and, like, get it on the internet, and then now it can never go anywhere. But 2026, I made this mantra. I'm going to be a job opportunity that pays more for less of my time is going to fall into my lap. A job opportunity that pays more for less of my time is going to fall into my lap. That's the manifestation, period, point blank. I'm in college right now, and I hate school. I'm not gonna lie, it's not fun. But, I get my work done. Sorry, I'm tired. But I get my work done. And, I'm just kind of like sick of it. But I'm going to get my degree. Trust me, I'm going to get my degree. That's like the end goal, is to get the degree so I can get the job. Because I want to be an architect and I want to start my own business and I want to do that and this, done, the third. But in the meantime, I need to find a job so I can fund my lifestyle. I mean, not fund my lifestyle, but like fund my lifestyle. Like, I want to do a lot more things. Like, I want to travel. Like, literally, this girl is doing a solo trip somewhere. Like, obviously, I have a boyfriend, so he wouldn't let me go nowhere by myself. But I want us to be able to do stuff like that and be free. Like, I want to tap out of the Matrix. 100%. I want to tap out of the Matrix. I don't want to deal with it no more. Like, I do not want to be in the Matrix no damn more. I want to get out of it. I'm tapping out of the Matrix. I am creating the life I want. Like, even living at my dad's house, like, I don't want to be here anymore. I want to move out. I want to move out real bad. It's just the energy is bad. Like, really, really bad here. And I feel like it creates a gateway to stagnation and laziness and procrastination. It's a lot. Cycles and shit. Like, I'm tired. I want to break it. I want to get out of here and create my own life and be happy with the life I created for myself, But next year, I definitely am going to plan some trips. This year, I went to LA like 3 times. 3 times? No, I went twice. I went to LA twice. I went to Vegas and I went to Houston. And I had a good ass time. I had a lot of fun. And the funniest place that I went to, though, I think was probably LA when I had went by myself. Well, actually, when I went to go skating, I had a good ass time, but it was just a whole mishap. Where we stayed was dope. Where we stayed was hella dope, and I stayed with like some cool people, but it was just a whole mishap because driving up a damn mountain to go to where we needed to go. We had to go 30 minutes out the way every day. It just was ridiculous, but I had a good time. That was really fun. And then I went to, when I went to LA by myself, though, I had a really good time. Because I was able to sit and reflect on life. And, like, I was able to just go and sit on the beach and, really do what I want for most of the time I was out there. I'm not going to lie. We got out of class pretty early every day. I just was chilling. For real. And that's something that is super duper important to me. But I get in my head a lot when I'm chilling. Like, when I have too much time to think, I start creating like a false reality for myself. I'll be all dramatic and shit. But I'm tired. I'm tired. I'll be creating like a false reality. I'd be like, oh, my life's ending. But it just be too much time to think. Not too much time to think, because you should sit there and think, but I believe that a lot of the time I act like that and I do that and I get in that mind state is because I'm not happy. I'm gonna go get my boyfriend from work right now. We outside. Wait, hold on. But I'm gonna go get him to work. My sister came in my room. And me and her be having some of the most funniest conversations ever because okay, so obviously, like, in the Bible they say, like, honor thy mother and thy father, forgive your enemies. Forgive your enemies is something that is like preached in the Bible, right? But that is something that was created by the white man. I'm sorry, I just have to say it. I have to say it in layman terms so people like me and you can understand, right? But that was created by the white men who infiltrated our country who wanted to keep black people oppressed. Because if you look at it and you look who's in the churches and you look who had been in the churches, like way back when, you know, obviously slavery was the thing, black people were in the churches the most. Black people couldn't leave the plantation, but they could go to church and they can have their own church, right? Because it was a form. Religion is a form of imprisonment, mental imprisonment that kept slaves enslaved due to the fact that it's, you know, what is it? Something about your enemy where it says basically like, you know, don't do the same thing what your enemy does to you. You know, give your enemy your coat when you're freezing or something like that. I really don't know what it is. I can add the scripture if I really give a fuck, but I don't. I still believe that the Bible is a really good book though. Trust me. Like, I'm not going to sit here and downplay the Bible and disrespect the Bible, because the Bible does have very important teachings on it. But at the end of the day, the words in the Bible are corrupted by, you know, white settlers and what is it called, the elites and the people who are in the background. And bitch, why are your goddamn lights so fucking bright, you bitch, your Tonka truck. But yeah, like all those like teachings that told you to, you know, be oppressed and remain oppressed because, you know, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. No, delusion. That's delusion. I'm not gonna sit here and play them games. And then the same thing is like, honor thy mother and thy father. Now, if your father sat and fucking abused you for your whole entire life, you're gonna sit here and you're going to do what for him again? Like, you're gonna help him? Like, I don't know. This is very niche, and this is, if you don't hear me and understand me, you won't feel that, right? So I'll say it like this, and I'll say it in regards to yourself, or you can relate it to a sibling. So you grew up with somebody, you knew them their whole entire life, and maybe their life was not great. They had been through things, they had experienced negative things, and who they grew up to be at the end of the day was their choice, right? Who I grew up to be beside my parents is who I decided to be. Dalia is Dalia's own individual. Like, I'm Dalia. I'm not my parents. A lot of kids who grew up and were exposed to things that they shouldn't have been exposed to, you know, grew up and then turned to an abuser, right? I'm not an abuser. I don't do things to kids. I don't sit here and fucking, you know, torment people. I don't sit here and, you know, play weird ass games and fucking do, you know, watch weird shit. Like, no, like, I chose to not indulge in that, and I choose every day to not be a bad person and not be a fucking weirdo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that goes for people who like are rapists and murderers and killers. Like, most of the time those people have been exposed to shit like that, and they seen shit like that. Like, they seen that type of shit. Like, even like the story about Jeffrey Dahmer, like how his mother treated him. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way that he was treated is why he grew up to be the way that he was. The way that freaking his father taught him how to like skin animals and shit like that, like, and do weird shit to animals like that, like, had a big play on who he grew up to be. But at the end of the day, Jeffrey fucking Dahmer chose to go off and fucking murder people because he wanted to, because he felt that call, that impulsive thought in the back of his mind, and he went and he did that. You know, everybody gives you a choice, and if you want to relate it back to, you know, obviously God and the universe, the Bible, whatever, God gave you free will. So the choices that you make in your life are your own. And if your parents chose to be shitty people after all the information, all the downloads, all the access to therapy, all the access to all these things, and they still chose to be shitty people, and you want to sit there and try to forgive them and say this is their first time living too, okay? And these are your children's first time living, and they didn't ask to be here. You brought them into this world, and you know, you weren't happy with your life. So with that being said, who's really the enemy, and who's really trying to, you know, why are you going so slow? It's fine, because I don't got nowhere to be, really. But yeah, hopefully I'm making sense. Hopefully I don't sound crazy. Hopefully I don't sound like, you know, an asshole or like any type of like crazy person. Trust me, I believe in a higher power. I don't think that I'm freaking God or anything like that. Like, I know that I am part of God. I know that me and God are one. I know me and the universe are one, and I'm still trying to gain my understanding of, you know, the concept and, you know, the real truth about connection to the divine source and things like that. So I wouldn't say that my knowledge is that, you know, heck of adverse. I just know that I am very intuitive, and I trust my intuition, and I trust what my body tells me, and I trust what my spirit tells me. Like, I listen to myself, and I listen to, you know, my body and my spirit, my heart, my mind. Those are very important parts of you. If you're not listening to them and if something don't feel right and you ain't going with it, then, you know, at the end of the day, that's your shit out of luck. But anyway, I don't even know, did I really get in touch on the topic about me and her conversation? I don't know. Hold on. Oh yes, okay, I did. I think I did. But basically the whole entire topic of discussion me and her had was she came in there, she's just basically telling me, like, she was talking to me about forgiveness, and she was just saying that you need to, she didn't say that I need to do anything, but I knew what she was talking about. She was just saying that you should basically, like, forgive people for the things that they did. Forgive them for the things that they did. Like, let it go because it's hurting yourself. And I told her, I was like, basically, I already let that shit go. Like, everybody's form of letting go of something is different. My form of letting go is different than your form of letting go. Your form of letting go might be slapping a rubber band on your wrist every day, or fucking knocking on wood, or fucking, you know, drinking a cup of coffee, or tapping your hand 3 times. Like, everybody's form of letting go is different. Now, nobody's the same, right? And my form of letting go is detaching. Because if I don't detach and I interact, it's going to affect me, you know, here and now. Later on, obviously, yes, I'm probably most likely going to be affected by the choices that I'm making today, but this is a conscious decision for me to tap out so I can tap into myself. Hopefully that's making sense. I want to be at peace. And when I sit here and indulge in things that are not bringing me peace, and trying to have a relationship with people who are not bringing me peace, and try to worry about people who are not bringing me fucking peace, that shit don't bring me no peace. Like, it makes me unhappy. It makes me upset. It makes me sad. It makes me stressed out. And that is my immediate response to a lot of things. Last year, I got promoted at my job, and my, like, family was having some issues, and me taking on the stress from my family, my immediate family, so I would say, like, you know, who lives in my house, me taking on the stress from them made me basically have, like, a mental breakdown at work, literally, because I was worried about their problems were not mine at all. I don't have any involvement in that, but they brought me back to a place of vulnerability so bad, to the point to where I broke down and cried. I literally used to come to work crying all the time, crying all the time. Like I couldn't stop crying. You know, I literally in shambles, and I work in customer service, so you have to talk to people. So I'm literally in shambles. Like, I can't even talk. Like, I'm literally just trying to be in the back all day, or just, you know, in the bathroom, literally bawling my eyes out, like, hysterically. I'm crying, and I'm crying like an ugly cry. Like, I'm pushing out noise crying. So, but that being said, if I don't detach from things that are going to stress me out and trigger me and bring me back to a state of vulnerability, and I would say that it really brought me to the point where I was a child, because as a child, you know, I experienced the same thing. So I was reliving my childhood and reliving that fear because of my family, you know. But yeah, so what I would say is throw that shit on your shoulder. Like what they say, devil get behind me. Exactly, devil get behind me. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and indulge in something that no longer brings me peace. That's what we'll say, indulgence, you know. You shouldn't indulge in things that don't bring you peace, period, point blank. It's not gonna end well for you. and you're never going to be happy. And forgiveness is really important, but your way of forgiving somebody is different than, you know, your mother, your sister, your cousin, your brother, your auntie. Like, they're different, you know? Your mother may have forgave your father by moving on. You may have forgave your sibling by creating a relationship with them. You may have forgave your fucking 5th grade math teacher by, you know, ignoring them. Because it's what's best for you. Your form of healing is what is best for you. Obviously, if it's toxic and you're sitting there stalking them, that's different. Like, you're being a weirdo and a stalker and tormenting them and, like, being a bad person, that's different. But if you're sitting here minding your business but detaching, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that. I had to explain that to my sister because, you know, she told me that it was hurting me in the end of what I was doing, but I told her, like, it's not actually. I look at people as individuals and no longer their title or their status that they have. You're an individual. At the end of the day, you bleed blood just like me, and you had choices just like me. Shit, your choices might have even been better because the way that the economy used to be, damn near, like, could have made a lot more smarter decisions, and you just chose not to because you were just being young and dumb. Like, I personally chose to join the military right out of high school because I knew that if I stayed in the environment that I was going to be highly depressed and not do anything and not get anything done, and I definitely would not be where I am today because of the people that were around me. You know, I most likely would have made a way because at the end of the day, I'm a Capricorn and I'm a hard worker, and I would have found something to do, and I would have, you know, been in a comfortable position. But where I am right now, I'm actually in a really good spot because of myself. I manifested this. Like, I literally manifested my life, but now it's time for me to elevate out of here. But that's this video for another day. That's really the beginning of this video is what I was talking about. It's crazy how it went to nothing, something else. I literally said I'm gonna do a day in the life, and as you can see, I'm gonna go pick up my boyfriend. So it kind of an evening with me, head ass. That's what it would be. But yeah, so wow, what are you doing? Yeah, what the hell are you doing? Oh, it was them? Or was it you? No, I think it was you in this fucking fuck ass BMW hatchback. Who buys that? Anyway, but yeah, however you see forgiveness, don't do it for yourself, and don't do it because, you know, you think this greater power is gonna strike you down, or, you know, like that type of shit. That's another thing that I don't fuck with. I don't fuck with that ideology. Like, I seen this video and it was like, God loves you so much that he will burn you in, like, in an inferno or some shit like that. Literally, that's what she said. And when I heard that, I was like, damn, what the fuck are you doing? You're going to cause a goddamn accident. Like, this motherfucker in front of me is literally just stopping. But anyway, I digress. Not me screaming, sorry, don't mean to yell. That's what the video said. It was like, God loves you so much that he will literally burn you up. Does that sound right coming out of an adult's mouth? Bro, look, this shit, I cannot make this shit up, bro. That shit says 777 on there. I don't know if it's like I'm supposed to be doing YouTube videos or what, but his fucking truck says 777. Like, that is fucking crazy. And I don't see that number often. I'm not gonna lie. Like, even though that's my angel number, I know that I'm truly in alignment when I see that number because I don't see it like that. You redhead devils. Anyway. I'm out of pocket. Bro, why are people flying? I hate Black Friday, and I hate freaking people when they're during the holiday season. I'm gonna wait for him to come outside. Let me pause the video. I gotta wait on him to come back, but he's taking out the trash right now. But yeah, so this is not a video for me to say don't forgive your enemies. This is a video, not even your enemies, the enemy, right? We want to speak correctly. I gotta correct myself. I'm still working on the teachings that I'm trying to teach y'all, you know, the principles and the teachings. I should have brought my journal because I'm probably gonna be on here for a while. He'd be taking heck long. This is not a video to say don't forgive the enemy. This is a video to say your style of healing and your journey is your own, right? You're a soul living a human experience, and it's yours to have, you know? You create your reality. My favorite thing I've been saying is that's their reality. That's not my reality. That'd be my favorite thing. I'd be like, that's her reality. Like, I can't wait to be like, that's your reality. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I cannot wait to be like, okay, that's your reality. That's not mine. You know? I think that's quick to say that. Shit, tired. I feel like I'm always in my car because I feel like my car's my safe space. I like talking to my room. My room's very calm. My room is very calming, even though my house can be chaotic. But my room is very calming. It has a very calming energy there. And I really enjoy being in that space. My car as well. This is somewhere where, like, if I could live in my car, I daydream about living in my car. I don't know why, that's not good. Like, that is not good. I feel like you living in your car. I mean, there's nothing wrong with living in your car. If you're living in your car, then you're living in your car because you have to live in your car or because you chose to live in your car. But, like, why do I want to live in my car? Like, why do I think about that? You know, what is that? What is that stemming from? I think about, like, having to lay the seat back and just be comfortable here. I definitely don't have enough room for all my stuff. Shit. But if I could, I probably would. Oh, shower at the motherfucking gym and live in my car. But shh, be quiet. Stop saying that. But yeah. Everybody stay safe. 777 signing out. Today is November 29th. It's the day after Black Friday. And I am putting it in the universe right now. I'm going to find a better job, a job opportunity that pays me more for less of my time is going to fall into my lap. That is the mantra of the year. It's the mantra of the day. It's the mantra of the minute. It's the mantra of the hour. It's the mantra of the second. It's just the mantra. And we're going to be free. So, I should be posting this soon.